As we celebrate America's 250th birthday, we are focusing on our area's connection to the Revolution and the Declaration of Independence. One-third of all battles in the Revolutionary War were fought in New York, many to our east and south. The Sullivan expedition marched straight through part of our region. And as News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey shows us, some of those soldiers are buried at Mount Hope Cemetery.
Nearly 80 Revolutionary War patriots are buried at Mount Hope. Most settled here after the war. But a handful have a much darker story. Native American tribes in this region sided with the British. In response, George Washington sent nearly 5,000 troops, led by General John Sullivan, to destroy Iroquois villages, crops, and land. It was called Sullivan's Expedition.
The colonists were complaining about the Indians raiding their villages, so Sullivan's job was to go out and clear out the Indians, force them all back into like old Fort Niagara is where they all end up being.
During the expedition, Sullivan sent Lieutenant Thomas Boyd and Sergeant Michael Parker on a scouting mission to find a major native settlement, Little Beard's Town. They were spotted.
Where 29 men were attacked, they were encircled and trapped. About 14 or so escaped.
The rest were killed. Boyd and Parker were captured, interrogated by the Loyalists, then turned over to the Native Americans.
They were given to the Seneca chief Little Beard, and he took them over to what's known as Culverville near Geneseo.
They were brought to this exact tree that still stands tall here in Livingston County. It's known as the torture tree. It's where Parker and Boyd were killed. What happened here is too graphic to fully describe.
They were tortured to death in retribution of what Sullivan did to all the Iroquois villages when he went through and was clearing it out.
Their remains were found the next day and first buried here by fellow soldiers. In the early 1900s, they were moved to Mount Hope Cemetery. In 1927, the Livingston County Historical Society dedicated a shrine to Boyd and Parker here. Thousands of people attended.
As this 250th awakening of the Revolutionary War is happening, more and more of the stories and more the deeper history of it is coming out.
A history of devastation. More than 40 villages destroyed, hundreds of thousands of bushels of crops lost, and thousands of acres of farmland wiped out. Jennifer Lukey, News 10 NBC.
So much history. We'll be bringing you our series, Freedom's Frontier, every Wednesday through Labor Day. To see some of our other stories, head over to WHEC.com.